Hey there guys, forgive the box for looking the way it does. I was actually doing an unboxing video on another phone and I was having some problems with it, so midway into the unboxing I had to stop and start all over again, so sorry about that in advance. Okay, so this is probably the most exciting unboxing I'm going to do all year long. Very hard for me to believe there will be another one that hits home like this one does. So without further ado, let's get into it. So interesting story, I've kind of been in this battle between UPS, the retailer where I pre-ordered this from, and I don't know, just like local postal service for ever since Thursday, March 2nd to get this. I don't know why it's been delayed so much, had a lot of issues with it, but I'm so glad it's here now. We have the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Edition for the Switch, the Nintendo Switch. So, I have a long history with the Zelda franchise. My family was really strict growing up. We couldn't play video games. Video games were not allowed in the house. That eventually changed thanks to my older brother. And when video games were allowed back in the house, I really liked them, and it was something that I loved doing. I loved playing games. Zelda, on the other hand, was the first video game that I fell in love with. The first Zelda game I ever played was A Link to the Past, and the first Zelda game I ever owned was Link's Awakening DX. And I just fell in love with the series. It was everything I ever loved. I grew up, like so many other little boys and girls, loving medieval fantasy, fiction. I just love that stuff so much, especially Tolkien. I grew up listening to The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings on audio cassette and then watching the animated film, so like Zelda was like the most instant love ever for me. So yeah, here is what the box looks like. Cool little Sheikah symbol right there. And let's see if there's anything on the bottom. It looks like there's a barcode and then just the contents. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so over the years I spent basically the years, as a homeschool kid, trying to collect all of the Nintendo systems so that I could get every Zelda game ever made and beat the living heck out of them. Find every single collectible in the game, get 100% playthroughs. That was just, these were just my favorite games. And I did that for the most part. But as the years got on, I started playing other games. I was kind of getting a little bit, I felt like the Zelda games were kind of formulaic in that they were basically all, for the most part, the same, save for a couple of new additions to each game. Basically the formula is the same. For the most part, there's the same amount of dungeons in each game. The dungeons were very similar in each game. Some of the dungeons in each game, like rehashed bosses from previous games or weapons and equipment from previous games. And it just felt very formulaic, and I just kind of was like, I want something new, and Nintendo's not really doing what I want to see with the Zelda games. Of course, I had all these ideas. I mean, Zelda inspired me for my first career and all these different things. Like Zelda was like really my biggest influence. But anyway, long story short, as time went on, I kind of got bored with the Zelda games and stopped really playing them, stopped following them, and then I just started like following other games that kind of did what I wanted to see in the Zelda games, like the Final Fantasy games and the Metal Gear Solid games and all those wonderful series, which I do love. And then as I got even more older, I actually began to kind of dislike the Zelda games because I don't know. I was just so, I hated seeing the new Zelda games coming out and just playing them here and there, just being like, oh man, this is exactly what I was expecting, and this is exactly what we got, and like I just don't like that. I want them to try other new things. Anyway, fast forward to 2017. I knew Breath of the Wild was coming out, I'm a gamer, so I know what is coming out, the new things that are announced and everything. But when I watched that Switch announcement back in, what was it, February, I think, or late July, I think it was February, and they showed the new gameplay, or the new trailer for the Breath of the Wild. They did two things in this trailer that I'd want to see for a long time in the series. Number one, they did real cinematic cutscenes. Not cutscenes, like video game cutscenes, I mean cinematic cutscenes. Like the kind of cutscenes you'll see in almost every game now. And I was like, holy crap, finally, that's awesome. That they needed to do this forever. and love to see that. And the second thing they did that I wanted to see for a while was voice acting in Zelda, and not just voice acting, but good voice acting. I saw the trailer for the Japanese version of the game, which had all the wonderful Japanese voice actors, and I was just like so taken aback, like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, these voice actors are incredible, and this adds such a layer of depth that has never been seen in a Zelda game. I want this game. I'm not gonna say I have hope for the series, but I definitely want this game. So I immediately pre-ordered the Switch, pre-ordered the Master Edition of the game. I actually pre-ordered 2 copies of the game because I didn't want it to risk, just from past experience, one of them getting canceled. So I pre-ordered 2 copies of it, and that was that. Then about 2 weeks before the Switch was released, I canceled one of my pre-orders of the game because I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, man, this is just going to be like all the other Zelda games. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So I canceled one of the pre-orders, and I guess I forgot about the second pre-order because I didn't cancel that one. And then about 2 days before the Switch launched, I remembered I hadn't canceled my pre-order on the other Zelda, and I had remembered that I hadn't canceled my pre-order on the Switch. But for some reason, something just told me to keep it, so I decided to keep it, and I was like, I'll probably regret this, but I'm going to keep it. So I kept it. Then the night of the Switch, I got my Switch, didn't get the game. I told you I had this problem with the game. But I was with my friend who also got a Switch and also got the game. He did get the game at launch, on launch night, midnight, March 3rd. And I went back to his place and played this game for a day, and I was so amazed at how much I was loving this game. At this feeling that I haven't felt in a Zelda game since probably Majora's Mask. I'm not even lying to you. Probably haven't felt that way since I played Majora's Mask on the N64. So I was just like, oh my god, I just can't believe how amazing this game is. I love this. So I immediately went out and just bought a copy of the game because I was like, I'm not going to wait, because I knew that I wasn't going to get the game in the mail until March 6th. So I was like, I'm just going to buy my own copy and play the heck out of it, and I have. I'm like 25 hours into the game and I'm loving it. I'm so afraid right now to say that I love this game because I haven't beaten it yet, so I have no idea. The game could take a totally different turn into a direction I don't like, and then it could completely, for me, ruin the experience that I've been having. Who knows? Kind of like what Final Fantasy 15 did to me. How, like it completely switched gears like halfway through the game, and it just mixed, my emotions were so mixed at that point at the new direction it took. But anyway, so I'm really hesitant because I love this franchise. It used to be my favorite gaming series. Not so much anymore, but I have this kind of rough relationship, kind of love for it, where I kind of feel like if Zelda does what I wanted to do, who knows, it might be able to get back there. Anyway, enough of me talking. This series means a lot to me, and that's why I get so into it, for better or for worse. Anyway, so this is the whole reason I really got the Master Edition, because of this Master Sword in the stone, obviously harking all the way back to A Link to the Past, and then subsequent games. You've seen this I would say most Zelda games, pulling the Master Sword out of the stone or out of the ground, going back to King Arthur. This is super cool. I love it. The flower is probably the most highly detailed part of this. It's really cool. I love the bolster and the handle and of the sword. It looks really good. The paint job's really good. The only things that I would critique are the green colored parts of the handle and the sword itself. I'm not a huge fan of the color they use. It just looks, I know you can't really see it in the camera, but it looks kind of like they could have done a better job with the sword itself color wise, but you can't really see it at a distance, and it's going to be on my shelf, so you're not going to really be able to see it at a distance. And overall, I really like it, and I would purchase it again if I could. Great, I love this, but it is a little bit fragile, so I'm going to refrain from touching it too much. So there is the Master Sword statue. Awesome, love this. And this thing I wasn't really caring about too much when I pre-ordered it, but now since I'm like 25 hours into the game, I'm caring about this a lot. So this is like the Sheikah Slate. I don't know what you call it, Sheikah Slate tablet. It sucks how I've been playing this game and I'm forgetting the name right now. So this is basically the most important tool you'll have in Breath of the Wild. This essentially allows Link to solve all the puzzles in the game, or for the most part, vast majority of the puzzles in the game. You can access a bunch of unique abilities through this. And it's absolutely instrumental to getting through this game. So this is pretty cool. It's a Nintendo Switch carrying case, and it's super cool to have if you're a fan of Breath of the Wild. It has this cool little Velcro part to put your Switch in, and then this flap back here to insert your games, and then like your accessories like your headphones or charger cables or whatever. So super cool. I'm definitely using this. So that is that. Then over here we have the game. Let's open that up. So the cool thing is the Master Edition has a different backing for the cover art. Like the back is different. Here I'll actually compare it to the retail one because I have that too. So it's the same cover as the retail copy of the game. The only difference is it doesn't have the E10 rating on the front, and the back is different. It has one of the Guardians like blasting his laser thing. And here, let me go run and grab the retail copy to compare. Yeah, so the retail copy looks like this. So just to compare it, has the rating right there on the front, and then it has, you know, all the pictures on the back with the rating and everything. Whereas the collector's edition, the Master Edition, doesn't have the rating anywhere, and the back is a different picture altogether. So pretty cool, but same image on the front and on the inside of the insert. And the game is actually the exact same too. That's exactly what the game looks, the regular retail version. So cool. Okay, and then we have the soundtrack right here. So this is like a sample soundtrack. It's not like the full soundtrack. Let's get this guy open. Let's get this opened up. So yeah, sound collection, there we go. Here's what the disc looks like. Pretty cool. There's Zelda. And here are the tracks it includes. It includes quite a few tracks actually, which is super cool. I wasn't expecting this many songs. I'm not sure how it's able to get that many songs on one disc. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of impressed. Let's see, how many songs does it have? 6, 9. Wow. It has 24 songs on one CD. So they must be like super short, like really, really short, like just samples, you know what I mean? Because that's a lot of tracks for just one disc. That's pretty cool. So the collection also comes with this cool coin that has the Zelda like symbol kind of. The Z for Zelda with the Master Sword going through it on one side. On the other side it has the Sheikah symbol. So that's pretty cool. And then last, it comes with this lithographic map of Hyrule. So this is really, really cool too. I may actually hang this on my wall. Wow, this feels really cool. Whoa, this is really cool actually. Wow. You know, I mean, I have a lot of collector's editions for games that, you know, include maps, and this is definitely the coolest one. This lithographic feel is like really legit. This is not paper or cardboard or anything. This is legit. This feels awesome. So yeah, here's the full map of Hyrule. It's all like, you know, like messed up, and there's stains, and there's like water stains from like where Link has been swimming and stuff, and everything's just kind of, ink is just kind of running. And there's like, you can tell like Link has just been like writing on it, like Central Hyrule, just everything. It's super, super cool. Wow, this is so awesome. And on the back is the prophecy, or yeah, what happened like 100 years ago, where, you know, Zelda and Link fought Ganon, obviously lost. And I will not spoil any more of what this image represents. You guys can play the game for that if you want. But yeah, this is super, super cool. Oh man, this is a really cool collector's edition. Wow. I'm actually probably going to hang this up on the wall. I'm probably going to just frame it and hang it up on the wall. So I'm hesitant to say this is my favorite Zelda of all time, and I'm hesitant to say it's my favorite game of all time, but all I'm saying is from what I've played so far, that's the direction this game is headed in. And I am just hoping that it continues that course, because gosh, that would be amazing to get a game like that this day and age. I am always like talking about, you know, games these days are super awesome, but they're just missing that special thing that other games, that, you know, older games had. And if this game can just stay on the course it's on, I think this could be the first game that, you know, I honestly have fallen in love with, and I can't even remember how long. So yeah, this is the Master Quest edition, the Master Edition of the game, and thank you so much for watching. See you guys all later.